Well, good day to you awesome folks. It's Liquid here, giving you a warm welcome back to the channel, and you don't join me in DCS today, you join me in Flight Sim and in the cockpit of the brand new, fresh out the box, just released Eurofighter. Now, coming from DCS, I was curious to try out the Eurofighter as it's the first jet I've purchased, and we're going to be taking a flight from Leuchars here, an airbase I'm very familiar with. As you probably have heard me yap on many times in previous DCS videos about attending air shows here, we're going to be taking a flight from Leuchars to Lossiemouth. So we're going to be heading out here from Fife up to the north of Scotland, and we're going to see just what the Eurofighter is like to fly in Flight Simulator. So let's get it fired up. Bear with me, I've only done this once, so don't come at me with your pitchforks saying you don't know proper procedures. I'm not really taking this too realistic. Please don't hurt me. Ooh. Tell you one thing, I have been flying the A320 quite a lot lately, so just having this kind of visibility in Flight Sim compared to what I have been flying is pretty cool. Now I'm going to stay quiet whilst the engine does start so you can hear some of the sounds, and I'll go to the exterior view to let you hear that. Next engine fired up. Technically I probably should have started engine 1 first. It's okay. Now we do have a taxi light here somewhere. Turn that off. Actually, let's turn it on for a second. Let's have a quick look around the cabin. Let's zoom out a little bit. So here's the cockpit then. Now obviously coming from DCS, I am very familiar with some of the incredible cockpit textures that we do have. There's some highly detailed environments, and this is a little bit plain. Like I say, this is the first jet I've flown in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I didn't really know what to expect, but the Typhoon is my favourite Western jet, so I had to pick it up. And obviously, naturally, flying out of Leuchars today, we're going to go ahead and release the parking brake, and we're going to switch off the cabin lighting. And let's go for a little flight and see how she handles. Of course, the Typhoon is powered by the mighty EJ200. An incredible engine. Now I must admit, since I finally got Microsoft Flight Simulator, I have been having a lot of fun flying it. Spent quite a bit of time recently doing some various different flights. That flaps are already set to take off, okay. So it'll be interesting to see how the flight model actually handles. As I say, I've only briefly had a quick little flight with this, and I wanted to make a video out of it because coming from DCS, it's kind of cool to compare fighters in different simulators. I've set the weather just before sunset so we can get some really nice views as we head out of Leuchars here and head up to the north of Scotland. It's quite a short flight, especially in this thing, but I'm sure we can find ways during our trip to make it interesting. They're getting ready to rock and roll. I'm so excited that we have this in Flight Simulator. I cannot wait for it in DCS. Anyway, let's increase the power. A little bit of left rudder. You really do feel that deep rumble. That's quite nice. Rotate up into the sky then. Gears coming up. Flaps coming up. Look at this sky coming out of Leuchars this morning. Absolutely stunning. Now we're going to track up the coast. See, just over to my left here is Dundee, my home city. Dundee is my city. We're not going to be heading over Dundee today. Save that for another day. So it feels quite smooth. I'm making quite small adjustments on the stick. Oh, it does feel quite smooth. Look at these clouds and this. Oh, this is just beautiful. Every time I fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it always blows me away how beautiful it is. And if the simulation side of things can be improved, as obviously the game continues to get updated. Sorry, did I just say game? Simulator. It's not a game, it's a simulator. That kind of thing, you know. I don't want to annoy people. We're just here to have fun in the Typhoon today, but look at this sky. I'm running most of this on ultra and high settings since I installed my 3080. It's good to have a 3080 to really enjoy some of the power of this new scenery. Now let's go full afterburner then. How does she roll? Not too shabby. When we pop through this cloud layer, I'll go external so we can see it from the outside. See the sun just peeking through those clouds there. A bad morning to go flying, if you ask me. Okay, let's get some external shots and I'll hud my weast. See the way the light reflects off the bodywork, that's quite nice. think we are way off flight plan, so we're gonna head back towards land. Now the next update, or the next world update for Microsoft Flight Sim has been delayed a week. I think it was due to be released on the 26th of this month, however it has been pushed back a week and it's looking like it'll be deployed on the 2nd of February. Now one of the biggest exciting things for me in that update is the inclusion of the bridges at Queensferry and of course Edinburgh, where you have the Queensferry crossing, you have the Forth Bridge, and you also have the Forth Road Bridge as well. With the rail bridge being an iconic UNESCO heritage site, it's going to be really cool to finally see that in the video. In the video, I was about to say I will put a screenshot here in the video just now, and I got ahead of myself, so you had video. It will be awesome to see that in the simulator and take some flights across that area. An area I have travelled a lot, I must admit. I don't want to pull too hard on the stick. Let's see how she goes. I did say we'd find some ways to make it interesting along the way. Back up. It does feel quite responsive. It doesn't feel as snappy as I would expect it to feel. But it's just awesome that we can have a Typhoon here in Flight Sim and enjoy some of these spectacular views from a cockpit like this. We're in the soup a little bit here, so let's drop some altitude. A quick position check to make sure I'm actually flying in the... Oh, look at that. It's not too bad at all. Lossiemouth up here at this little peak. Absolutely beautiful morning for a flight. So let's give the people in the north of Scotland a little bit of a good morning call and descend into some low level shenanigans. Because let's be honest, you can't go wrong with low-level shenanigans. Good morning, everyone. We're getting a little bit of bumpiness here. Oi. Like the burners. Insane acceleration, the kind of acceleration you would expect from the EJ200 engines that do power the Typhoon. This is just awesome. Now I did pick this up from the Microsoft Store. It is available to purchase if you should like to make a purchase. And if you're a Typhoon fan like me, I'd say it was definitely a good purchase. Don't ask me why I'm saying purchase, I have no idea. Let's switch to some external views right here as we head low over these hills. And I'll try not to crash. Absolutely stunning from outside. Really, really does. I'm just going to do a quick position check. I've never actually flown to this area as of yet. Where did I go? I'm off to the left, that's fine. I've never explored this region of Scotland yet, and I'm You would think after 34 years of trying to speak English I would have got the hang of it by now. But but I am looking forward to exploring it a lot more. Look at this sunrise, my lordy lord. That's just stunning. Now we're going to pass over Lossiemouth before we do break to land. I cannot get over like some of the views you do get in Flight Sim. So we're just descending here. I had to double check. Like I say, I am not familiar with this region. And there's Lossiemouth there. Let's go ahead and break off some speed. Pulling a bit hard on the stick here. Responding quite well. Let's pull a little bit harder, see how she deals with it. Not too bad.
1,000. 500, 400, 300, 200.
Now I am completely idle right now.
100.
A little external shot there.
1,000.
Is this warning? Landing gear not down. Yes, I know. Don't you worry.
400. 300.
Now, I also have a quick confession to make. I have never landed the Typhoon yet. I've only took a quick flight in it. I haven't landed it as of yet, so this is going to be interesting. As the speed comes down, we're going to start deploying those flaps. Now it's just a case of managing our descent now towards the runway. I realise this is probably really fast, however I couldn't find the speed brake control. Then again, the Typhoon is a delta wing. A little bit floaty. Touchdown. There she goes. He doesn't want to slow down though. Oh no. Please stop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lossiemouth. I am pulling this brake lever and nothing is happening really. Don't mind me. Well, wasn't that just the best landing you've ever seen? Remember at the start of the video, I did say, not to judge me, this wouldn't be a very procedurally correct flight. Also, the issue is I couldn't find the control for the speed brake. I searched air brake, I searched speed brake in the control section, and I couldn't find it at all. But anyway, we didn't die. We did successfully stop the aircraft, albeit not quite on the runway. You know, we did overshoot it a little bit, but that's okay. The Typhoon isn't damaged, the Typhoon isn't broken. But anyway, there you go. That is a little flight from Leuchars to Lossiemouth. Now, before I do say goodbye and apologise once again for the landing, it is really cool. Like, my final thoughts are, it is really cool to have a Typhoon in Flight Simulator and be able to do this and have these sort of views from the cockpit of a Typhoon. It's a module that I'm hugely excited for in DCS, but we've got it in Flight Simulator, which means we can fly around in these incredible skies. And granted, the flight model isn't going to be to the level of DCS. I keep mentioning DCS because that's the only comparison that I have. Obviously, my only experience with flight sims in the past is DCS, Flight Unlimited 3, and sort of older flight simulators. Of course, the original Microsoft Flight Simulator as well, but I didn't really spend too much time in that. A lot of my simulation history is military related stuff, so... But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. The landing was interesting, and if I could find the speed brake control switch to slow down my airspeed, that would be great. Let's go ahead and raise those flaps. And you know what, we're going to park our Typhoon right here, because we can. Now the brakes work fine. Yeah. And there you go. Apologies for it not being the most professional of landings or startups, but I just wanted to show you a quick look and get a feel for the Typhoon, see what it was like. A big thanks to you for sticking around and watching. If you've made it this far, I do apologise once again for the landing. But that's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please do take care and stay safe in these current times. And I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, this is a very bad pilot, LIKWID, signing off.
It's all about humanity.